Chiefs Kingdom, thanks for joining us today. We're going to talk about George Karlaftis, our first round number 30 pick, defensive end out of Purdue. Stick with us.
You're listening to allchiefdup.
Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to talk about George Karlaftis, defensive end from Purdue. George Karlaftis grew up in Greece, did he not, Mike?
Yeah, he did. His dad, I believe, was from Greece. He met his mom at Purdue University, and they moved back to Greece for some kind of job, I guess. And he grew up in Greece until, his dad passed. That was like a tragic event. And then his mom moved him back to West Lafayette when he was getting ready to go into either middle school or high school. I'm not 100% for sure on that one, but yeah, he lived his whole childhood in Greece. So I'm sure that was a big culture shock coming back to America,
Yeah, do you know the timeline on that? I know his dad was actually an athlete, a college athlete in Miami, and then I think he went to a graduate school or something at Purdue, and that's where he met Karlaftis's mom, if I'm not mistaken. So
Yeah.
how did they end up back in Greece? Do you know anything to that story? Or
It's just something to do with a job, I think. That's about all I know. I do know he was big into water polo, and
yeah,
that's Karlaftis actually grew up playing water polo. So
well,
yeah, it was kind of
he was on the national team as a minor, right?
yeah, he
Yeah,
represented Greece.
that's cool. That's cool.
So
What
yeah,
is
and
it?
then
What even is water polo? What do you even do in water polo?
yeeks, I don't know. I feel like it's soccer. I feel like it could be like soccer with like, am I right? Is it soccer where
I
you
have
like
no
throw
idea.
it?
I
You choose
always
your
picture when
hands.
I think of what like
A
water polo, I
horse.
feel like a horse underwater, like
Yeah,
riding it
like
around.
drowning. But yeah, so yeah, his dad tragically passed, and I think he had a heart attack or something. He was really young. He was in his 40s, I think, and Karlaftis' mom moved him back to West Lafayette where she grew up and they had family, and he actually lived only like a block or two from in West Lafayette from Purdue University. So he's stuck there his entire time back in the States, I guess.
Did he actually go to high school in West Lafayette as well, right? And then just stayed there and at home and went to Purdue.
Yeah, I'm guessing so. He had offers everywhere too. Like it was insane how many offers he got.
So he was also a track and field star, right? And I think he did shot put or something like that for Purdue as well.
Yeah, he was a two-time Indiana State shot put champion. So that speaks to how much of a upper body strength he has, They got to have a lot of good punching ability there. So,
For
yeah, and I think
sure.
when he started playing football, fun fact on this one, he started as a freshman. It was his first time. He actually started as a kicker for the varsity team. Isn't that hilarious?
I read that he started the game as a kicker while he was learning the game. Actually, he didn't even know a
Right.
whole lot about football, so they put him on the team as a kicker, and then he kind of learned as he went. So that's kind of cool.
Right. So maybe Butker's on the hot seat. Maybe we draft him in the first round to take his spot.
Butker, if you doink one more extra point, Karlaftis is taking your spot, bro.
Yeah, man. I don't know what it is about Butker and extra points, but Karlaftis might have this on lock.
All right, cool. So he went to high school at West Lafayette. He ended up staying with Purdue, even though he had other offers. He played there from 2019 to 2021, obviously. And the Chiefs drafted him at pick 30 overall in the 2022 draft. Karlaftis is a big dude. He's 6'4", 275 pounds, very athletic, very strong. So I'm excited to see what he can do on the edge for Kansas City. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, I think it was evident in college. I mean, he got offers from let me tell you this list: Notre Dame, Michigan, Alabama, Miami, Tennessee, Florida, Louisville, Penn State, Ohio State, Michigan State, USC, Clemson. These are big names. So he was very talented. They knew, even from an early age, he didn't have a lot of football experience, but the rawness and just his strength at 6'4", 266, like that's a Spags edge right there. He's going to set the edge. He's going to be able to just out of sheer hustle get to the quarterback. So I'm excited to see what he does, man. I think he's going to start day one probably.
For sure. I mean, if anybody watched the video where Spags was talking to him on the phone on draft night, Spags acted like he was super pumped that was the guy he had his eye on the whole time. He wanted George Karlaftis on that edge. So cool how that worked out. I love Karlaftis as well, like the way he plays. I've always gave him the player comp of J.J. Watt. I think that's like his ceiling. And I know that's a popular thing to say nowadays, but back when I said it the first time, kind of got some sideways looks, but now that's the thing to say about him. But yeah, super excited. So back when he played at Purdue, I don't know if it was his last season or if it was after, but I think his brother actually joined Purdue's football team as a linebacker. His name is Yanni.
Did he?
So,
I haven't
yeah.
read about that. So look at me learning new things.
Yeah, he also, Yanni, his brother, is a judo world champion from Greece. So that's kind of cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
So very athletic family, I'm taking it.
Right. So actually, his father, Matthew, he was a javelin thrower for Miami University. Also started to play football there, but he had a severe skull fracture in his first practice with Miami, and it caused him not to be able to play football. So maybe that's where George kind of got, the idea to get into football like his dad was going to.
Yeah, like apparently he wanted to play, but his parents, because of that injury, didn't want him to play. So he eventually found his way to football, and it's looked like it's going to serve him well because I think he's going to have a big career with Kansas City for sure.
Oh, for sure. I mean, he was awesome at Purdue. True freshman in 2019. He started all 12 games, recorded 54 tackles, had 7.5 sacks. Sophomore season, he only got to play 3 games because of COVID. He actually had a positive COVID result, made him sit out a lot of the games. So he only finished that year with 4 tackles and 2 sacks. But he declared for the NFL draft 2022. And looks like the rest is history. He's going to be with Kansas City, and we're excited to see how that plays out.
Yeah, in 2018, he was actually given Defensive Player of the Year by the Indy Star. And he also won Defensive Player of the Year by USA Today and was selected to the All-American Bowl. So he's got lots of accolades. He's got a good motor. He's got a good character. Again, we talked about it with McDuffie in the first video. It seems like character is very high on Brett Veach's list and his willingness to do things. And obviously tragedy struck McDuffie. Tragedy is within this family with his dad passing away. While in college, his girlfriend that he had known since high school almost died in a car accident. She played Purdue track and field, I believe, and she got hit by a semi truck and almost died. Like he had to travel an hour every day after class from Purdue to sit with her and do his homework, and he never missed a day. And like now she's back full recovery, and she's an inspiration, to be honest. But yeah, it just speaks to the character of these kids, man. Like they all had to grow up quick, and I think they all, football means something to them. So I like it.
And there's definitely like a culture change going on in Kansas City's defense. So a lot of high character guys, but also a lot of guys that really want to get out there and rip some heads off. They're very aggressive, like Karlaftis, Chanel, Brian Cook. I mean, these guys are really coming in here. They're gung-ho, they're hitters, and I feel like that's kind of where they're trying to go with the defense.
Dude, and I feel like all of them feel a little bit disrespected with either – they didn't win as many accolades. They didn't go as high as they thought they would. They all got a big chip on their shoulder with something to prove. And I think this rookie class is going to be special, to be honest.
I do too. I'm super excited to see how they play. I'm sure it'll take several weeks for the defense to gel. But when they do, man, look out because it could be really good. But a lot of young guys and a lot of second-year guys. So it could take a minute, but I'm excited about it. Anything else on Karlaftis, Mike?
No, man, that about covers it. Like we talked about his character. We've talked about how good he is at this game. And I'm so excited to see what he's going to do, to be honest. Like I think Karlaftis could be really special in the red and gold.
Yeah, for sure. Out there on the defensive end, he can also kick inside right beside Chris Jones and wreak some havoc as well. So very versatile. It's going to be exciting. Thanks for joining us, guys. Listening to about George Karlaftis, our first round pick, number 30, defensive end from Purdue. Thanks for sticking with us. If you guys learned anything about George Karlaftis today, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. And we appreciate you.
Yeah, and if you guys missed McDuffie, go back and watch the last one. And next up, we'll have Brian Cook, man. So stick around.
Before we jet, I do want to make one correction from the last video.
Okay, go ahead.
OJ McDuffie is not the father of Trent McDuffie. The internet's a weird place. And for some reason, it's a big internet thing that OJ McDuffie is Trent McDuffie's father. He is not.
Okay.
Trent McDuffie's father is James McDuffie. And he is, I believe, some sort of ex-military Marine, something like that. Also had some kind of camp.
I'd seen somebody post that in the comments. So see, that's why we do this. That's why interaction. This is why we bring everybody together. Like it's good to learn this thing because like you said, the internet is full of liars.
Yeah, it's weird.
So yeah, that's all I got today, man.
All right. You guys have a good one.
Thanks for tuning in. You've been listening to All Chiefed Up. Be sure to subscribe and follow on all social media at allchiefdup.